first item, of course, is going to be the frame itself. Normally that's a cherry wood frame, or a dark wood frame, because I think that that exudes a lot more value than if you just get a metal frame, because a metal frame, you see posters in them and stuff like that. There's nothing that sets your work apart. So a wood frame first. The next thing would be a piece of glass, and of course you can get any sort of glass that you want, from single diamond glass, that's just a reference to the thickness, to ultraviolet resistant glass. But anyways, this would be the same size as the frame. And the next item after that, of course, is the mat. And usually it's good to get a double mat because they look better. And if you don't cut your own mats, you can always get them cut at an art store. And you know, just the mat, you can do the rest yourself. So that's the mat. And then the artwork is the next item. The next item after that is what I call a piece of barrier paper. And the piece of barrier paper for me is usually a printmaking paper. So I would use a piece of Stonehenge, and the thing is that if I use a piece of Stonehenge and it's the same size as the frame, what I do is I cut little slits in the Stonehenge so that the artwork, the corner of the artwork can be tucked into that, like in the old photo books. Okay, so you tuck the corners in like that, and then you have your artwork in place, and you never have to worry about glues or tapes aging as time goes by, because they usually dry out and then your artwork slips inside the frame. Okay, and then after that, usually some foam core, which is you can get acid-free foam core or the regular foam core, again in art stores usually, although you can buy them in Staples. And then all of that stuff is sandwiched together into your frame, and then you when you have the back of the frame facing you like this, you would use a point gun to fire little not nails, but they have little staples that are shaped sort of like this, that go into the wood, and you would use your point gun to make sure all of this is sandwiched together inside the frame. Once you've done that with the point gun, then I would use double-sided tape on the back side of the frame, and then roll out a piece of brown packing paper. That packing paper would become a vapor barrier to inhibit moisture from getting inside the frame. And then once that's completed, then it's just a matter of putting the hanging apparatus on the piece, and then some little foam tabs so that the frame, the wood frame, doesn't make contact with the wall. And it's a fairly extensive way to do it, but you know, that's what all the paintings are, how all the paintings are framed. So, any questions about this?
If you go to a place like